It's starting to get warm as heck outside. And I'm getting pretty excited for summer. But with summer, especially for most college students, comes a summer job. And you may not always have the freedom to just do exactly what you want. And the season of life during school, you have to commit time to studying. Summer for a lot of people is a time off, but as you get a real job, you're not much is really changing with summer, and you're just working every day. And I think it's important to realize that the season of your life that you are in right now is what you are living in. So you have to embrace the season with acceptance for the joys that it brings, and also the hardships and trials that it brings. And it's sometimes hard, honestly, when you look ahead and you think, like, oh, this is going to be hard. There's no way I can do all that, do all this work, and like I want to just have fun, I want to go home, I want to visit family, I want to visit friends. But it's important to just trust in God and trust in His work, trust in His process for forming you in the current season of your life. And if that season looks like it's going to be a grind, then you're going to have to grind. And there'll be times where you still get to enjoy it, and you just have to live in the present and realize that what you're doing is for a purpose. And I think it's also important to always remind yourself of why you're going through these daily routine, why you're going to work and coming home, going to the gym, eating the same food, whatever it is. You're doing it for a reason, and it's important to remind yourself of that reason. Because it can get discouraging at times, and it's important to have people in your life that you surround yourself that will help support you. And it's important to don't try to seclude yourself, sometimes you do need to be alone, but you have to rely on God, and you have to rely on the people around you who love you and who will support you. And you'll get through the season, and then the next season of life will bring new joys and new crosses. And you just have to pick up your cross every day and sacrifice your time and your effort for a greater reward. And it's always important to be working towards something that you want to become. And I've learned recently that for me, the only real way of taking a belief or taking an understanding and making it a belief and a practice in your life is by doing very small things consistently. So you just form little habits of doing the small things, and then the small things add up. Believe it or not, you have to take a step in the right direction. A marathon consists of a lot of little steps, and once you get those little steps down, you'll eventually cross that finish line, and you'll definitely feel fulfilled looking back and saying, I tried, I gave it my all. And you just have to trust in God, trust in the Lord, and trust in His providence, trust in His will. Always try to carry out His will, because His way is the best way. And make a habit of spending time with God through prayer. That's very important. So, God bless you. Amen.